you don't know the thing, don't talk about the thing.
Look at what Rwanda did. Cutting off from the French, Rwanda is a much better country today because they cut off the French. What is your solution, your preferred solution to this, sir?
Let me tell you, Chris, I'm happy you mentioned Rwanda. Well, I'm also happy because I didn't realize that Rwanda was once, under French colony. I'm not aware of that. Now, whatever Rwanda has done, I'm a fan of Paul Kagame. I'm a fan of that guy. Whatever that he has done that has made it possible for him today, a very small landlocked nation that went through hell, genocide, to be among, some of the best economies in Africa today, shows that Paul Kagame, there is something he knows that other African leaders don't. Now, with the French, I think the starting point there, like I said, is to learn from Paul Kagame and see what he did. I'm not sure how he did it, but I think it would be good if he can write a book to tell us how he did it. But African leaders can learn from
Paul Kagame, Dr. Paul Kagame, as you said, you were not aware, but Rwanda was a French colony.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, after the Rwandan war in the 90s, when the war was over, Paul Kagame took over and passed a decree.
The documents portray France as a reluctant and somewhat ambiguous supporter of the Habyarimana regime in Rwanda between 1990 and 1994. On the one hand, Mitterrand viewed Rwanda as an integral part of French-speaking Africa, known as Francophonie, on the edge of what French officials called an Anglophone front. On the other hand, he did not want to squander too much French blood and treasure on a former Belgian, not French, colony. The French role in supporting the Habyarimana government has been the subject of great controversy, with some critics claiming that France was complicit in the actions of future genocidaires. With Belgium assuming a more neutral position, Habyarimana viewed France as his primary international ally, and a military bulwark against the Tutsi-led Rwandan Patriotic Front. After the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989, Mitterrand called for the creation of multi-party democracies in Africa, and linked French economic assistance to progress toward democratization, as reflected in his address to the Franco-African Summit at Le Bal in June 1990. The documents show that he urged Habyarimana to negotiate a compromise deal with political opponents inside the country, largely Hutus, based in the south of the country, as well as the armed opposition outside the country, the Rwandan Patriotic Front. After dispatching thousands of troops and military advisors to Rwanda between 1990 and 1993, France saw the Arusha peace progress, and the arrival of United Nations peacekeepers, as a way to extricate herself from an increasingly complicated political and military situation. A recurring theme in the documents is the conviction, shared by Mitterrand and his advisors, that the Rwandan Patriotic Front wanted to use its superior military position to restore a Tutsi-dominated regime in Rwanda. French military advisors reported that the rebel movement had acquired surface-to-air missiles from Uganda. When President Habyarimana's plane was shot down by a SAM missile on April 6, 1994, triggering the genocide, French officials immediately suspected the RPF.